Welcome to Tower Yoga YouTube. I'm here with a 30-minute power yoga workout. Jameson is also with me. He's going to be doing the modifications and just some different postures as I flow through the practice. I'll be guiding. My name is Farin. Let's just get started. Start at the top of your mat. Take Tadasana, that's mountain pose. Make sure your feet are about hips distance apart. Press down into your feet, reach the top of your head up. As you do both of those things, push down and lift up. You'll feel your core engage slightly. Take one breath here. And let it go. Inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, bend your knees. Find your fierce pose, like you're sitting back in a chair behind you. Press your feet away from each other as if you're trying to rip your mat apart. That helps to engage your abductors, your abductors, outer hip muscles and glutes. We're gonna hold here because it feels nice. Maybe it doesn't, but this is our warm up. Hold in fierce pose for 3, 2, 1. Straighten your legs, reach your arms down, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, fingertips to your shins, neutral back. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees, plant your hands, step your feet back to a plank pose. We're gonna hold here in plank. Press your hands down into the mat firmly, spread through your fingertips, press your fingertips down. Shoulders are stacked over wrists. Look back at your feet and try to stack your heels over your toes. You might drop to your knees, like Jameson. Keep this plank hold. Feel your core muscles burning, your shoulders burning, feel your blood pumping. With your next inhale, shift your weight forward, shoulders ahead of your wrists. As you exhale, bend your elbows, lower your body slowly down to your mat. Belly's all the way down, untuck your toes, squeeze shoulder blades together, lift up head and chest for cobra pose. Exhale, lower your head and heart, tuck your toes. Inhale, push back up to a plank. This time we're gonna add on to our plank. You can do this whether you're on your knees or on your toes. Try to draw your right hand towards your left foot or left knee, and your left hand towards your right foot or right knee. So you're squeezing everything into your midline. Lots of strength and focus here. Find your breath. And lift your knees, your hips up and back, downward facing dog. You can start to pedal your legs, stretching out your hamstrings and your calves. With your next inhale, reach your right leg up and back, 3-limb dog. Exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Leave your left knee lifted. Press down into your right foot to lift up, reach up with your arms. You're in a high lunge position. Bring more weight forward into your right foot. Lift your left heel high. Slowly, gently bend your left knee. Bring it down to a hover and hold here. One more breath in it. Let that breath go. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands down to frame your right foot. Step your right foot back. You might take your toes down to the mat. You might take your knees down to the mat or leave your right foot hovering. Shift forward, inhale. Exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Roll onto the tops of your feet. Push down into your hands, lift your knees. Exhale, roll over knees and toes, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Exhale, step your left foot forward in between your hands. Inhale, root down to rise up, reach up. Shift weight into your left foot, lift your right heel high. Gently, slowly bend your right knee, lowering it just to a hover above your mat. Hold and breathe, pressing down into your left heel until you feel it in your left glutes. With your next inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step your left foot back. You might drop to knees in your plank, leave your left foot hovering. Lots of options, shift forward. Lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find your breath.
Inhale, reach your heels high, bend your knees, look at your hands. Step, lunge, or hop your feet to your hands, forward fold, top of your mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose or fierce pose. Bend your knees a lot, reach your arms up, shoulders up near your ears. Try to press your feet away from each other like you're trying to rig your mat. And find your breath. See if you can sink down a little bit lower. And rise all the way up, reach up. Exhale, hands down to your heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale, release your hands to your sides. That was the warm up. How do you feel? Are we warm? All right, we're warm. Stay warm. Take your feet again, hips distance apart. You're in Tadasana. Press down into your feet, lift the crown of your head, engage your core. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, fierce pose. Press your feet away from each other. Feel the engagement of your glutes. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plank pose, plant your hands, step or hop your feet back. Now imagine drawing that X underneath your body, right hand towards left foot, left hand towards right foot. Everything squeezes in together into the midline. No one else can see this action happening. You can just feel it in your own body. Only you know if you're squeezing. For 3, 2, 1. Shift forward, lower halfway down and hold. Press back up. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up and back, 3-limb dog. Exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Inhale, rise up, reach up, high lunge. Exhale, bend your left knee. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lower. Keep going. Let's take about 3 more. 2, 1. Stay lifted high in your high lunge. Lean your weight forward. Find as much distance as you can between your fingertips and your left toes. Now launch into your right foot, lifting your left foot up behind you, warrior 3. You might take your hands to heart center, you might leave them forward. Left knee comes forward and up as you rise tall through your right leg, 1-leg mountain pose. Hinge back to your warrior 3. 1-leg mountain to warrior 3. Take this flow a few more times. How about 2 more? Last one. Step your left foot all the way back, find your high lunge. Drop your hands down to frame your right foot. Step your right foot back, find your plank. Shoulders over wrist, heels over toes. Draw that X beneath your body and squeeze everything into your midline. For 3, 2, 1, shift forward, lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. With your next inhale, reach your left leg up and back, 3-limb. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Inhale, reach up, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, bend your right knee. Inhale, rise back up. Keep going, down, up. Three, 2, 1. Stand tall in your high lunge. Bring more weight forward into your left foot. Thunderbolt pose, fingertips away from your right toes. Now launch into your left foot completely, raising your right foot back behind you, warrior 3. Bring your right knee forward and up, 1-leg mountain pose. Hinge at the hips back to warrior 3. And we'll find this flow Look to Jameson for your modification. Let's go for 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Step all the way back to high lunge. Let your hands plant to frame your left foot. Step your left foot back to plank. Squeeze everything into your midline. For 3, 2, 1, shift forward. Lower down halfway or all the way. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Find your breath. Walk your hands back towards your feet this time. Forward fold near the back of your mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair, bend your knees. Reach your arms up. You can keep your arms reaching up or take hands to heart center. Either way, find a pulse here. Hips go down, up, down, up. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach your arms up, stand tall. And exhale, drop your arms to your sides. Tadasana. How we hanging? All right, who knew you can get so sweaty in a 30-minute sesh? Okay, we're now in Tadasana at the back of your mat. If you want to take a quick sip of water, maybe pause the video, return right here. Back of your mat, Tadasana. Press down into your feet with the crown of your head. Feel your core engage. Deep breath in. Let it go. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees enough to take your hands down to your mat. Walk them forward all the way to plank. Once you're in plank, squeeze everything into your midline. For 3, 2, 1, walk your hands back towards your feet. We're taking these inchworms. Walk out, pause for a few seconds, squeeze everything in, and walk your hands back. Remember to take that little pause in your plank. Squeezing everything into the midline. Only you know if you're doing that. No one else can see that engagement happening, but you can feel it in your muscles. Take 1 more, meet me in plank. Squeeze everything into your midline. For 3, 2, 1, shift forward. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, your choice. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift both heels high, bend your knees, look forward at your hands. Exhale, step your feet to the outsides of your hands. Maybe your toes even hang off of your mat. Bring your hips down low, malasana. Press down into your feet to rise all the way up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart, bend your knees. Deep squat, malasana. Inhale, rise. And exhale, lower. Keep taking these 2 postures out of flow at your own pace of breath. Go for about 2 more. We'll meet low in malasana. Let your hands plant. Lean forward into your fingertips. You can step your feet or hop both feet back. Shift forward, lower down halfway. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Settle with a few breaths here. With your next inhale, raise your right leg up and back, 3-limb dog. As you exhale, shift forward like you're in plank. Bring your right knee to your right elbow. Hold here. Now take that right knee, bring it over to your left elbow, finding a twist. Knee goes back to your right elbow, left, right, left. It's a pendulum swing. Swing it out for 3, 2, 1. Right leg kicks up and back, 3-limb dog. Step your right foot down to meet your left, downward facing dog. Settle with a breath. Inhale, reach your left leg up and back, 3-limb dog. As you exhale, shift forward into plank, bring your left knee to your left elbow. Cross it over underneath you to your right elbow. Back to your left. Keep swinging, right, left. Really press down into your hands, finding space between your shoulder blades, like you're pressing away a heavy door. Keep swinging for 3, 2, 1. Kick your left leg up and back, 3-limb dog. Step your left foot down to meet your right, downward facing dog. You can pedal and push or find stillness. Come back to your breath. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look at your hands. Step your feet again to the outsides of your hands. Sink down low, Malasana. Press down into your feet, rise all the way up, reach up. Exhale, come all the way back down. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, down. One more just like that. And come all the way down. And I'll have 2 options here. You can either take this into a burpee, or you can stay here with this squat flow. So with a burpee, you'll take your hands down, step or hop feet back, step or hop feet forward, come all the way up. You got this. Take about 2 more. We'll land in Malasana together. Take another breath in. Exhale here. Find a seat. I'm dripping. Are you sweating? Okay. Great. We'll do most of the rest of the workout down here on the ground for our power yoga practice. So center yourself on your mat. Feet are planted in front of you about hip distance apart. Start to lean back until you feel your core engage. Then start to lift your feet. Shins can be parallel with the ground. You can extend through your legs. You can reach your hands forward to your thighs or to the ground. Hold your boat pose. Shoulders back, chest lifted. Feel the engagement of your core muscles. For 3, 2, 1, release, plant your feet, grab onto your knees, pull your chest forward with an inhale. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, seated cow pose. Exhale, seated cat pose. 2 more just like that. 1 more. All right, we'll move back up into our high boat pose and take it into a low boat by extending legs and leaning back. Keep your core super, super tight. Try to keep shoulder blades lifted off the mat. Come back up to your high boat. Low boat, high boat. Go at your own pace. You might take your hands to the ground to help you. You might hold on to your thighs to help you. Crunch out as many as you can. Let's go for 3 more. 2. Last one. Come back up to a seated posture. Pull your chest forward. Exhale, round your back. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Roll all the way down onto your back. Keep your knees bent and pull your heels up towards your glutes. So you're prepping for bridge pose. Knees are pointed towards the ceiling. Take your arms down at your sides. Press your palms and your shoulders into your mat. As you inhale, lift your pelvis up towards the ceiling. You might want to tuck your shoulder blades underneath and squeeze them towards each other. See how that feels. Hold right here in your bridge. Imagine squeezing your inner thighs towards each other. And also imagine trying to drag your heels back towards your shoulders. This helps to engage your hamstrings, the backside of your thighs. Only you know that you're doing that work. No one else can see it happen, but it's a muscle engagement that only you can feel. Keep dragging your heels back towards your shoulders. Press your knees forward. Lift your hips a little bit higher. Squeeze your glutes. Everything's super engaged. Bring more weight into your right foot. Lift your left foot up towards the ceiling. Now lower your hips down just to a hover, don't let them touch. And bring yourself back up. Lower down and come back up. Keep going. Maybe 3 more. 2 and 1. Plant your left foot back where it was. Pause here. Find your form again, trying to drag your heels back towards your shoulders without actually moving your feet. Press your knees forward, lift your hips up higher, squeeze your glutes. Everything's engaged. Now move more weight into your left foot. Take your right leg up towards the ceiling. Drop your hips down just to a hover and press back up. Take them down, press up. Keep going. For 3, 2, 1. Bend your right knee, plant your right foot. Reset here. Press your knees forward. Drag your heels back towards your shoulders. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. Only you know that those engagements are happening. Only you know how hard you're working. Take another breath in it. And exhale, gently, slowly release. Spine all the way back to the mat. Bring your knees into your chest. Gently rock side to side. Good. Take your hands behind your head and neck for support. Stack your knees directly over your hips. The more you hug your knees into your chest, the easier it gets. So see if you can take them directly above the hips. Toes are pointed forward. With your next exhale, you crunch up, lift your shoulder blades off the mat, and roll back down. Inhale. Exhale to crunch up. Inhale to roll down. Just basic crunches. Try to lift your shoulder blades off of the mat and reach your head up towards the ceiling instead of forward. Knees stay stacked over your hips as much as possible. For 3, 2, 1. Come back to your bridge posture, feet down, arms down at your sides. Inhale, press your pelvis up towards the ceiling, bridge. Squeeze your knees towards each other and then release. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. If you have a block, you might take that in between your thighs so you have something to squeeze against. If not, that's okay. Keep pressing your hips towards the ceiling. Keep squeezing your knees together and then releasing. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spine all the way back to the mat, knees into your chest, gently rock side to side. Good, we have just 2 more exercises in our power yoga class to go. Take your legs straight up towards the ceiling. Flex at the ankles so your toes are flaring back towards your shins. You have 2 strong legs. Reach your hands up towards your feet. Take your right hand, try to tap your left ankle. Take your left hand, try to tap your right ankle. So you're finding twisted crunches here, legs up the wall. Shoulder blades stay up off of the mat as much as you can. Let's go 3 more each side. Last 2 and 1. Bend your knees again and relax your head and neck. Take your hands behind head and neck for support. We'll end with some smooth bicycle crunches. Extend your left leg long, cross your left elbow to your right knee, and switch. Your legs are pedaling out nice and smooth like you're riding a bike. Shoulder blades try to lift up off the mat as you twist. See if you can take your elbows to the outside of your knees as you twist. Keep pedaling, you've got this. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release, breathe. Good, let's check in with our joints. Reach your hands and feet up towards the ceiling. Circle ankles and rests both ways. Letting loose any snap, crackles, and pops. Good, bend your knees, take hands to the tops of your shins. Pull your knees away from each other, circle them back towards each other. Check in with the mobility of your hip joints. Switch direction of your circles. Last 2 and 1. Plant your feet at the edges of your mat. Bring your arms out wide into a cactus shape. Bend your elbows. Drop your knees over to the left and then over to the right like windshield wipers. Keep swishing them side to side, left and right. Good, one more time each side. Bring your knees back to center. You can drop your knees in together to support one another and leave your arms out and up in this cactus shape. It might feel better to reach your arms down by your sides or rest your hands on your belly. You can stay here in a constructive rest position. It feels really good after a power yoga session, especially one as intense as that. But if you'd like full Shavasana, let your legs go long, heels at the corners of your mat are wider, and arms down at your sides. We'll be here for just a minute. You can also just extend and lay in your Shavasana as long as you'd like. It's the advantage of taking a video on YouTube. A lot of the work that we did today, we did it in the metaphorical darkness. It's little engagements that no one else can see you do. No one else can validate you or congratulate you. Only you know that you did it. So think about other aspects of your life where you might not feel validated or congratulated or seen, but you know that you're doing the work. And thank yourself for doing that work, for putting in that hard work, finding those muscle engagements physically, for putting in the work in the darkness, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. It's enough to be proud of yourself. Stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. If you want to come out with it with me, start to wiggle fingers and toes, circle ankles and wrists, and take a great big stretch. Gently make your way back up to a seated posture. Take your hands together at heart center. And we'll close with one deep breath together. Deepest breath in. And big sigh. Thank you for allowing me to guide you in your practice. May you have a great rest of your day. Namaste.